Well, hello there, beautiful rays of light. Thank you for joining me on the Hill Spot podcast. I am Nikei S Salas, your host, spiritual guide, well-being educator, and all-around inspiration giver. This is about promoting healing. We want to promote healing so we can live better. When we are doing better, we are able to enjoy our lives. And how do we do this? We do this by positively affecting the different aspects of the self, whether that be mentally, physically, emotionally, and the spirit. The spirit loves that. It goes along for the ride. So make sure you subscribe so you can be notified of upcoming videos and life teachings. Thank you for joining me. Peace and blessings.
So, are you ready to love? Well, let's define or let's talk about what love is. I know it's often referred to as the feelings that we have for another person, a thing, or even a place, right? But how can we truly have these feelings if we are not being in that state of love ourselves? And in order for us to emote, right, have these emotions, these feelings for others, it has to come naturally from us. And how do we do that for ourselves? Well, I know you heard me say on my different platforms that, well, it's just my mantra, doing what's best for your soul. And I believe that, I know that to be true. Because when we are doing what is best for our soul, our emotions, right? Our emotions are the driving force. It is in the driving seat of the car of our body and our mind, and our spirit is going along. And how we feel dictates, can control that car, whether it is driving that car safely and calmly, or the opposite, erratically and dangerously. And that's what I want you to consider when it comes to love of yourself. Doing what's best for your soul, doing what's best for you, which may look different from other people. And that's okay too, right? Because we're individuals that are part of the one, and how we function individually can help the one, right? So, again, bringing it back to ourselves. When we are doing what's best for ourselves, our emotions, our mind, the body is instructed from that, right? The spirit loves to go along for that type of ride. And it creates, and I know this is another word that you have heard me say, but I still love it because it represents or means so much to me, and how we can see any and everything. It creates a symbiotic relationship of self. It creates alignment. It creates harmony of self. It is all parts being in agreement. And when we are in agreement of self, again, it creates harmony. And that's how we love ourselves. That's how we can consistently be in that state. Doing what's best for us also is recognizing what is best for us, right? Think of something that brings you joy, something that just stirs those good emotions, right? That releases those happy, those feel good hormones. A place, a person, or a thing. Now, when I say of it releasing these different processes, these different chemicals, these different hormones, that helps us to feel better, right? And that's how we can say, one of the reasons we talk about chemistry, because it is, our body is a walking chemistry set, right? And when we are feeling these emotions, especially these coming from these feel good hormones, whether it be oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins, or dopamine, our bodies love that. It actually promotes healing. It promotes these different feelings from ourselves, the different emotions that helps give us connectivity or connection of self and helps us connect to others. It is one of the reasons why breastfeeding is not only for food for our babies or for babies, but it is bonding because oxytocin is released when this is happening. It is one of the reasons why many practitioners that are very aware of this and love to practice this for the mothers, they tell them as soon as the baby is birthed, come into this world, come to this earth with us, that it immediately comes on to the breast of the mother so it can create that bond. And when we are doing what's best for our soul, we are doing what's best for us. We are strengthening the relationship of self. We are loving ourselves, being in that state that promotes healing, right? That promotes well being. And in doing so, it creates a doorway, a path for others, for us to be that for others, right? To give those feelings to others and for it to come back to us. And this being in this state does it without force, without us trying to make ourselves be in another person's life, but brings people, the right people more so, right? It brings people into our lives that are on that same wavelength. And what do I mean by that? Because everything is energy, right? When we are consistently in a state of love, the more we live and be in this state, we are being in a higher state. We are uplifting ourselves as well as showing an example or helping others to be uplifted. And the higher we go, the more of higher things that are better, right? That are operating on a higher frequency. And it's nothing to say, it's not about saying those that are operating on a lower frequency are the opposite of good. It's just where they at that moment, right? Just like how we are consistently in the works of bettering ourselves, going through higher or going to higher frequencies. Again, we are doing this for ourselves, but also for the benefit of others. And more, when we are living in a state of love, it heals us, you all. Again, it is releasing those beneficial hormones, those feel good, happy hormones that goes through our bodies and helps repair cells. Oh yes, because the opposite to be in consistent states of hate, the body takes that on as well, right? And it does what? It does the opposite. It destroys. Love is about uplifting. It is about building. And hate is about destroying. So like think about that again. When we are loving ourselves, building and strengthening a better relationship within ourselves, of ourselves, that is how we are able to build relationships with other people because we are practicing it of ourselves. And that is how we know we are ready to love. Until the next time, I want to thank you for sharing this time and this space with me. I am Nikei S Salas, your inspiration giver, your well-being educator. Join me on my other platforms. I'm on TikTok, Nikei S Salas, for Nikei Salas, Nikei. Last name Salas. I am also on Facebook, Nikei Salas, Nikei. Last name Salas, Salas. The same on YouTube, but I use my middle initial, Nikei S Salas, Nikei, middle initial S, last name Salas, and feel so free to share this with others. If you have not subscribed to my email, you can go onto my website. I will leave a link below, www.nikeissalas.com. Take care of yourselves. Be well to enjoy life.